Well, g'day and welcome to 4x4 Adventure Club. I'm JB, and in this week's episode we're out at the Little Desert in Victoria. We've just dared down, left our base camp from last night at Horseshoe Bend, so let's see how we go. Well, we're just on One Tree Hill Track. It's quite soft and sandy, so yeah, we're slipping and sliding along. It's good fun so far. But yeah, we'll keep going and see what the next challenge brings us. I think there's a little dune coming up shortly, so yeah, we'll tackle that when we get there. Well, what an awesome time we've had so far this morning out at the Little Desert. We're just about to pull out, stop for lunch out at Nil. So yeah, we'll catch you after the break.
Hi guys, Adam here from ADM Motors and Nuts About 4-wheel drive. Today we've set up a bit of a winching situation for you so that we can show you a little bit about the do's and don'ts and how to do it safely. What we've got here is my patrol on the bottom of the hill here, and we've actually hooked up to a tree. We're going to pull the 4-wheel drive forwards and bring it up out of where it's stuck, but a few things to sort of show you and mention in that as well. First of all, I've got gloves on to protect my hands. I am using wire cable, and that's just what I happen to have on my car, but most of you have probably heard about synthetic rope and that sort of stuff as well. With the wire cable and synthetic rope, we always use a winch dampener in the line, and that here you can see I've got it hooked up over there. That way, if the cable or if the actual rope was to actually break, the dampener will actually do hopefully a half decent job of actually catching the rope or the actual cable before it can cause a problem. Sometimes the cable, it can actually be quite dangerous because that in itself can be a projectile when it's under a lot of tension. With synthetic rope, yes, the rope can snap, and when it snaps or if it snaps, it literally just falls to the ground, but with a winch dampener on it or a blanket on it, it makes it that much safer. If you have a look further up, we have the tree trunk protector connected around the base of a tree. When you're winching and you're trying to move a car forwards, you've got to actually find a tree that is actually half decent to use. You can't hook up to a tree that's dead because that tree could snap. So what I've done is I've found a tree that is actually in a good line and it's in a good condition. I've used a 8,000 kilogram 5 meter tree trunk protector, which saves the tree and stops the tree from actually being debarked and damaging the tree itself. The other thing that we've got there is that, if you notice, is that we've actually got the tree trunk protector at the base of the tree. Right? No good having it up high on the tree. Leverage and everything can actually pull the tree over and then basically make a dangerous situation as well. So at the base of a really good tree trunk protector around it, and I've hooked the winch cable directly through the loops of the tree trunk protector. So basically, safe from here. We've got the cable set up, dampener in place, gloves on, tree trunk protector at the base of a healthy, good tree, and let's winch and let's pull forwards and see how we go. All I'm going to do before we start now is just pull the winch in and just get a little bit under tension there, just so that the cable doesn't loop or catch around itself. Now we'll get in the car, we'll get everybody clear, and we'll start winching. So now that we're in the car, first of all, seat belts on always. Second of all, make sure that everybody's clear out of the way, and if they are, then we can start winching and pulling forwards. Always best to start the vehicle as well and have it running with the alternator actually working and helping with the battery in that as well. So once everybody's out of the way, handbrake off, winching! I've winched over the hump that was in my way there. You'll see that you can sometimes try and actually drive the vehicle a little bit as well, but as you actually get a little bit of traction, the winch will actually, the car come forwards, the winch rope will come back, and then it will come and pull the car again. So it's sort of sometimes a bit of an on and off, and you can drive the vehicle, not a problem at all. The other things to mention as well is that once you've actually used the winch, Great idea to take obviously everything off the strap and everything off, and wind the rope back up, or the cable back up in position, so that next time you need it, if you need it, it's ready to go. Otherwise you can find sometimes they spool all on the one side of the winch drum and they'll actually jam themselves up. So good idea, once you're out, to wind it back up in the position ready to go for next time. Keep everything safe, stay on all fours and go nuts.
Hey guys, Andy from 4x4 Adventure Club. Welcome to my rig. This is basically a 1996 GQ Patrol model RX. This vehicle actually started life as a Channel 7 news car around the Melbourne area, from the history that I've got from the car. I bought the car probably maybe 2 years ago. When I got the car, it was a dual fuel EFI. Since having the car, I think the major conversion that I've done would be the 4.2 diesel. It's been fully engineered, and I'm more than happy with the conversion, I have to say. I built the engine myself from the sump up. It's running a standard 4.2 engine with all the turbo internals. The engine actually came out of a written off 2000 GU Patrol, so it was a fairly simple straight swap. Other modifications basically are a HPD intercooler with an aftermarket turbo. The turbo's running around about 18 pound a boost, fully maxed out, with a boost controller to make sure she doesn't overboost. Other modifications are a 12,000 pound winch on Dyneema rope and the TGM bull bar with the UHF antenna bolted onto that. With the wheels and suspension, we're running 33-inch KM2 Muddies, BF Goodrich. They're actually quite nice. They're good on the road. They're quite quiet. They're basically 33-inch, and she's sitting on a 2-inch lift. Recently, the springs were upgraded to 2-inch levels by Adam, and that's about 4-wheel drive. Internally, in the car, we're running a GME 80-channel UHF radio. It's more than capable of keeping contact with guys further up the track and coordinating different areas. Other than that, she's pretty standard internally, except with the cargo barrier that's been put in there, and my boost and EGT gauges, which are pretty essential really. Everyone calls them worry gauges, but I tend to keep an eye on these things, because after spending a lot of time and effort, money converting the engine, there's no point in heating it up too much. Apart from that, internally she's pretty stock standard, 5-speed box, manual, low range, just fairly similar. No changes to the gearbox whatsoever. I did actually put a XCD tough clutch in, because I was running around about 580 Newton meters of torque and a fairly modest 130 kilowatts at the rear wheels after the modification. So I took the option to upgrade the clutch while I was in there, because I didn't want the old clutch slipping. Moving around to the rear of the vehicle, we're running just a Waco fridge freezer on an MSK fridge slide, which is a drop slide. Makes it nice and easy for access to the fridge in difficult positions, and if you're slightly vertically challenged like some people in my life, it makes it a little bit easier for us to get in and out of the fridge to get some refreshments or some food and stuff like that. So quite happy with the fridge slide, I have to say. It's quite convenient, and it keeps the fridge nice and secure on some of these rocky bouncy tracks. I've got no dramas with it whatsoever. Coming up to the side of the vehicle, I'm running a Roo Systems 2.4 by 2.4 awning. It's ideal for me. On short trips I can roll out the swag, put the swag under the awning, and if we get a bit of a shower overnight, that helps to keep the rain off. That's actually bolted onto an aluminium roof rack or roof cage. Again, not a real expensive brand. It was something I picked up when I first bought the car. I think I went to the Four Wheel Drive Super Centre in Melbourne, and that's where I got that one from. It's pretty standard, no fancy clips or brackets or anything, and it works out really well. For me, my four-wheel driving, I tend to enjoy a little bit of technical challenge. I'm quite happy touring as well, believe it or not. I don't mind a little bit of, you know, sightseeing and stuff. I like a little bit of more challenging sort of stuff. I'm not into all-day winch challenges, although, you know, if I have to pull the winch out, then I quite enjoy doing that as well. I'm fairly sort of middle of the road, really. I just enjoy being out with great friends, having a good day. I think for me, my wish list is virtually complete, and the Minister of War and Finance will probably be a little bit mad at me if I put too much more stuff on there, but I think moving forward I'd probably like to go a 4-inch stainless steel snorkel, and maybe a rear quarter chop with a tube bar. At the moment she's just running a standard rear end, and I do tend to catch the rear quarters now and again. I think really just the quarter chop will just give me just a little bit of extra departure angle, while still keeping the car looking fairly clean and standard. Other than that, there's nothing really else that I would consider a necessity for me at this time. The car handles quite well, it gets me through everything I've put it through so far. And hey, at the end of the day, you know, getting stuck's all part of the fun, and you know, there's no point having a winch on the front if you don't have to use it. So I get a lot out of, you know, the car that I've got, and for the money that I've paid and the modifications I've made, I'm more than happy with the car. So I think that just about sums up my rig. You know, thanks for taking the time to watch, and hopefully, you know, you get out there and enjoy yourself and enjoy the four-wheel driving that we do. Thanks guys, I'm Andy from 4x4 Adventure Club. Hope to catch you soon.
We haven't gotten right into Nil yet, so that road is there.
You reckon?
Yeah. Well, either way, it's going to be a road that goes somewhere that way.
What was it like, JB? Yeah, no, it's all good. Nigel will call you up when he's ready.
Well, awesome start to our day out at Big Desert. We've just tackled a couple of sandy hill dunes, and we've all made it up. So yeah, so far so good. But yeah, no, a lot of fun, a lot of fun. Well, let's keep moving, see what comes up next. awesome day out in the deserts, going through big desert, another day in the sand and some nice big sand dunes. So hopefully you enjoyed watching. If you have, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook. We'll catch you next week with our second part of our big desert run, where we'll tackle border track. So yeah, I'm JB. We'll catch you next week on 4x4 Adventure Club.